Okay guys, hello and welcome to another TopStarcraft broadcast. I am Top Madness, I'm the voice of TopStarcraft, and we are going to be going into this game. I recently got the replay pack from Blizzcon 2011, so definitely want to cast a lot of those games. There's a bunch of really good ones. I'm going to start out with this. It's going to be Game 1 in the winner's bracket between our very lovely NesTea, spawning as the teal Zerg in this top right, going up against Dignitas's Naniwa, the green Protoss spawning in the bottom left. Guys, this is game 1 of their best of 3 series. Once again in the winner's bracket, so clearly both players doing very well in BlizzCon, and pretty much just looking for a bunch of exciting games. There's so many games in the BlizzCon replay pack I got. I haven't been able to look through hardly any of them, but this one definitely jumped out as a pretty back and forth, pretty exciting game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as I am sure I will. We do see Pylon going down here on the low ground for Naniwa. Probably going to see a very early expansion, as there's really no other reason unless you want to like 2-gate Zealot Rush and save 2 seconds on your, I don't know. But really, very good Pylon placement for a forge fast spin. Put the forge right there, you know, your gateway and your cannon. You can pretty much wall that in, be nice and safe. We do see NesTea not doing anything too exciting yet. However, he has saved 200 minerals, and there we go. So the spawning pool is down on, looks like it was an 11 pool actually for NesTea, so slightly earlier than you tend to see from Zerg players. Just trying to maybe put a little pressure on this expansion, as it's fairly common for Protoss to fast expand on this map because, well, there's just a little ramp. Natural's pretty darn safe and pretty close to your main, so you really can't get harassed too badly. We do see the probes being made here by Naniwa, and just some drones coming out here for NesTea. So a little background with the players, guys, if you don't know who either of these are. I mean, NesTea is just a straight nerd baller. Awesome Zerg player. Does some really incredible stuff. And Naniwa, definitely not a slouch by any means. Plays on a pretty darn good pro team. I think you've probably heard of them before, but definitely giving the initial favor to NesTea. I mean, a Korean pro gamer, just very powerful. Has won the GSL before, so definitely has the upper hand, I would say. He's played some very high-level matches with a bunch of really great players. But we'll see what Naniwa does. In fact, we do see the Nexus has gone down, as well as the Forge. So a Forge fast expand is out for our green Protoss player. No gas quite yet. More pylons being built. So it's really going to be interesting to see how NesTea responds to this. A lot of times Zerg will either go, you know, 2-base kind of roach bust and try to just destroy the Protoss expansion and win the game, or you can see just them expand the macro, and, you know, because they know they're not going to be harassed, they can make a bunch of drones. That is one of the advantages of playing Zerg. You can make a whole bunch of workers at the exact same time. 2 Zerglings going to be here to chase away that scouting probe. Looking like the pool is up. No gas yet for NesTea, so probably just going to see more drones, more possible Zerglings, but I do not think we're going to see any really big aggression, as he won't have speedlings, he will not have roaches. And we do actually see a cannon has gone down, yes, and maybe a second possible, okay, a pylon as well to wall that in, just to make sure Naniwa is not harassed by the Zerglings. Cannon will shoot away that single ling, and this probe kind of scouting around, going to see what's going on, just to make sure there's, hopefully he can get away. Also, if there's a ninja expansion right here, he would have seen it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Probably going to get taken out here. Sad little probe. Going back NesTea's base, his second hatchery is about 3/4 of the way done. We still do not see any gas, and their queen is just completed as well. So I definitely think we're going to see heavy macro. We do see only drones and probes being produced from both players, as Naniwa just now got his cyber core. So again, this fast expansion, while he is going to have lots and lots of workers, is going to be a little delayed. We do see a Zealot finally coming out. So the first army unit here for Naniwa. NesTea's queen getting there at just the right time. Looking like the hatchery has completed, and a third hatchery has gone down. So clearly NesTea, not Naniwa. Wow. Okay, guys, people need to stop having the same sounding names with the ends and such. But it's clearly NesTea wants to macro against Naniwa. He's not going to try to bust it. Instead, just take a really fast. I mean, this is a like 5-minute third base. So yeah, pretty much exactly on 5 minutes. So we definitely are not going to see any aggression. Uh-oh. Looks like a probe may in fact scout it out. Yes. So Naniwa will know that the third has gone down for NesTea. There's no aggression. He can really focus on either A, making a bunch of probes, or B, he can kind of go on the offensive and try to maybe limit the Zerg just staying on equal bases. And we do see a Robo Bay has gone down. So probably not going to see an attack super soon, as Robo units kind of take a little while to make. They're not going to be an immediate impact. You might get a very fast Immortal, but I definitely don't think we're going to see any very early aggression. Looks like the probe may possibly escape. He has 10 health left. But going back to NesTea's base, we do finally see this double gas has gone down. He's going to need that for a whole bunch of stuff, and actually making more queens because, oh look, a third base just finished. So really great timing on NesTea with his queens. He's so good with larva injects, and look at that, immediate. It's ridiculous. And just moving the queens, having the queen there when you need it. He is droning very hard. We see a bunch of drones on the way. Actually checking that units tab, we see he has 7 workers ahead already, getting that metabolic boost, as well as a roach warren right there. Perfect, guys. I like Zerg because there's only a few buildings, so if I'm looking for something, I can kind of just look on the minimap and find it. You see that creep spread getting started here. Excuse me. Getting back to Naniwa's base, we do see the +1 weapons on the way, as well as looks like 3 more gateways. Yes, that is the case. And immortals are coming out. Always a good thing. Actually, I think definitely an underused unit for our Protoss players. And actually, NesTea going to scout absolutely nothing, going to see that pylon, and that's about it. I think he was thinking about poking with that Overlord. Would have been a very good idea. Would have caught all these gateways, would have known exactly what was up. But instead, going to be shooed away by the vision granted by this pylon. We do see very good saturation here for NesTea. I mean, really just making a whole bunch. He's doing what all Zergs would love to do, making lots of drones. And Naniwa's really going to have to do something, because while, yeah, 2-base Protoss is pretty scary, Zerg just has such a great economy right now. We're going to check that income tab real fast. We see, yeah, definitely it's almost 1,000 mineral advantage, as well as 10 harvesters for our Zerg player. So definitely a big one. We see roaches are out on the field now for NesTea, and his supply has jumped to a 30 food lead. But a lot of that is in drones. You see even more drones are out. So this little push here from Naniwa could be pretty effective. We do see 2 immortals, as well as a small handful of sentries and zealots. Definitely could be powerful, but if it gets surrounded by roaches and zerglings, which I assume could be the case depending on positioning, it's not going to be super effective. It's not that hardy of a force. I feel like if you had more zealots, it'd be better. These sentries are very vulnerable and doing a great use. Here we go. Look at NesTea want to poke into a little damage. Oh no, force fields. Great force fields here coming out from Naniwa, catching half of the roaches. Oh my gosh, even better force fields still keeping these immortals alive. It looks like, oh no, reinforcements from NesTea have streamed in. I do not know. Okay, Naniwa needs to get out of town. Actually, pretty good positioning behind these mineral line. Zealots coming in to reinforce. I just do not think it's going to be nearly enough. NesTea easily going to be able to hold off this attack. We do see the roaches and the Zerglings going to do as much damage as possible. However, Naniwa backed up in this little corner, just doing that much more damage. Oh, there goes the immortal, and looks like these 3 sentries will fall soon enough. So there we go. Powerful hold from NesTea. We do see that 30 supply advantage still exists. So Naniwa's attack really didn't do anything. We see a 4th base coming up here from NesTea. He knows he's in a very good spot. More gas coming up as well. Checking the man, he finally has his lair on the way. So definitely delayed that lair in order to get all this economy, as well as a macro hatch coming up in that main. Naniwa, though, has a very substantial army he's actually built up quite quickly. Partially due to all these gateways, he's been able to chrono boost another gate as well, and the Twilight has completed, so we may see Blink Stalkers. I think they're fairly widely considered, but they are fairly common in Protoss against Zerg, just because it's kind of hard to deal with. Some very well placed force. Actually, he really could have just used 2 force fields, but he did have to spend that 3rd. I do like it though. I mean, killing free roaches is always good. Aspire, actually is on the way for, there it is, for NesTea. Wow, it's like I just know where all the buildings are today. No, I'm just guessing. But we do see the Overseers are out just in case of any possible DT harass. And yes, Blink is in fact being researched at the Twilight Council. So Blink Stalkers, they're so good against Zerg, especially if you have that Observer. You can blink up and down, harass bases, stuff like that. And I mean, charge lots, while they're powerful against some unit compositions, I guess they're pretty good against, I like them against, I guess, Zerglings, but mostly against Terran, where Blink Stalkers just are so effective against, I mean, roaches and Zerglings, just not so good when they can't catch your Stalkers. So we are probably going to see a possible Blink up here. Looking like another big push out, though, from Naniwa once again, guys. His upgrades are 1-1 with +2 attack. I think he would rather wait for the +2 to finish, but it's not going to be necessary. We do see a 60, no, oh, wow, I lied. There was a 60, now it's back to a 40 supply lead, but still, huge supply lead here for NesTea, and Naniwa is picking kind of a really interesting place to attack. It's the second time to attack right here in the same area. Actually, oh, bad place for NesTea to engage. Got pretty lucky. There were not too many force fields jumping out, but so many Stalkers here for Naniwa. Just going to do a ton of damage. If NesTea's not careful, they do have Blink completed. +2 attack is about 30 seconds away. Naniwa wants to stall, wants to wait for that to finish, but no, actually moving out now. Looking like, oh, here's an opportunity as we see the Zerg army heading for the natural expansion. Naniwa is pushing into the third. All the drones are coming off the line. Huge damage going down here. NesTea losing a ton of economy at the same time. NesTea attacking the front. Is he going to break it? Lots of roaches. I don't know if there's anything here for Naniwa to hold it off. And, oh, they break it. There's a force field. Looks like Zealot's being left to kick out the hatchery. Going back to the natural for Naniwa. We do see a huge attack. Oh, the forge is destroyed, canceling the upgrade. Huge. Because Naniwa was literally seconds away from that +2 upgrade. Looks like does not even carry. Naniwa moving in for the kill, headed for this natural of NesTea. The evolution chamber researching the +2 attack could be underway. Oh my gosh, great force fields here. Going to completely zone out most of the Zerglings as well as all of the roaches here. Naniwa in a great spot, going to do so much damage. Tech buildings are vulnerable, and there's really nothing NesTea can do. He is making a ton of Mutalisks, however, because Mutalisks are the solution to everything. However, that's a lot of Blink Stalkers. I don't know if you really want to engage that at all. More force fields going down, holding the army out. Definitely going to lose this natural expansion. At the same time, we do see NesTea going to cut off Naniwa's reinforcements while he waits. The Zealots have destroyed this hatchery. Gosh, it's a lot of Stalkers. We do see finally NesTea's able to push up in and attack this army. Force fields do go down pretty darn good. Gonna zone out some of the roaches, but wow, that's a lot of Mutalisks. Oh god, they're taking so much damage though. He needs to be very careful. These units are so expensive. It is such a huge investment. The supplies have equalized. NesTea actually dropping below Naniwa for the first time this entire game. We do see we do see Zergling reinforcements. It looks like Naniwa is going to be cleaned up here. However, he has done so much damage with this attack. The natural completely gone, even taking out the extractors. Poor drones still getting sliced and diced. We do see Zealots killing just about everything here. The third is gone now as well. However, the fourth is up. But 2 base on 2 base, I definitely say favors our Protoss player. Naniwa is getting pretty darn low at this at his main. He needs to grab a third as soon as possible. But wow. So NesTea holding off a very strong attack from Naniwa. However, has the damage been done? I mean, NesTea has climbed back up to that 20 food advantage, but this is the first time in the game where we've really seen him in kind of a bad spot. His Mutalisk harass going to need to be spot on if he's going to keep ahead and keep Naniwa from just another one of those really big, powerful attacks. I mean, Zergling Mutalisk very good, but just more reliant on good positioning and its speed as to opposed to just killing them, because you're really not going to be able to. I mean, Mutalisks, while they're pretty darn good, that's a lot of Stalkers. And there's no way your Mutas are going to take those out. So NesTea needs to be very careful here. We do see some roaches on the field, but the roach one was destroyed. And I actually don't think he's even rebuilt one yet. He's just going to say, screw it, I'll just make Mutas and Zerglings, because that's all I can make right now. Actually, I like the decision. I think the roaches, while they're good, are just not that effective against Blink Stalkers. And man, Naniwa's making so many Blink Stalkers. They're just good against everything to a certain point. Do see lots of Chronos going on these gateways. Looking like some Muta's going to swing in here, try to do some harassment. We do see 2 cannons are out, so they are going to delay this slightly. And oh, Blink Stalkers. They do get 1 Mutalisk. So a cannon and some drones, or not drones. Wow, guys, it is way too early in the morning to be casting games. And some probes are taken out in the cost of 1 Muta. Pretty darn good deal for NesTea. We do see NesTea's roaches and Zerglings denying the 3rd base for Naniwa. And that's a big problem, as we were talking about earlier. The main almost mined out. Stalkers being left back to fend off that harassment. Mutalisks not doing as much as they would love to be doing. However, we do see more Mutas on the way, as well as that +2, I believe. Yes, +2 attack coming out for NesTea. Yeah, just constantly making Mutas. He has not retaken his 3rd yet, but he is macroing pretty well off these 2 bases. Does need to grab a 3rd, though, because Protoss should grab his as well. Oh, looks like Blue Blink Stalkers just annihilated that Overlord, and this attack could be pretty scary. They're only Mutalisks in the middle. If they get blown upon, they'll be in a lot of trouble. Looks like NesTea slight food disadvantage, but Muta's pretty darn good. And actually, if there's a surround, that could be very detrimental. Units moving back for NesTea knows he's in trouble. Actually, pretty bad creep spread, probably due to that observer killing lots of creep tumors. But really, Naniwa's been pretty darn safe until he got right here up in front of this natural, once again under siege. It's going to be really tough. And wow, big blink under all these Mutalisks. I just don't know. Oh no. Lots of damage. Drones again coming off the line. Is it going to be enough? There's a lot of damage coming down here. Muta's actually +2 mutas do great splash damage, but they're a big investment. Naniwa dropping very fast. NesTea twice plummeting as well. I just don't know. Oh, NesTea able to get some attacks with the roaches. Naniwa just a little too close to that those force fields, and looks like he is going to lose the rest of these stalkers. Once again cleaned up by NesTea, but that was a lot of mutas, a big investment. They're going to pick off this free stalker. But wow, actually another stalker getting taken out by the hero Zergling. 1 kill. Oh god, he's going to get it. Nope, not. Oh, so close. Stalker has 4 kills. But it looks like a big counter push possible from NesTea. Going to look to get in here with these mutas as well as these roaches and zerglings. However, Naniwa turtling very hard on 2 bases. He is running super low on the minerals, and he has to take a third now. He has to stop making units now because he needs to save those 400 minerals. And it looks like, oh, another possible move out. He's got to be so careful. But NesTea in a very good spot. I think while he is only on 2 mining bases, Protoss is just so close to being mined out. This is pretty much an all-in at this point from Naniwa at 98 supply versus a 146 of NesTea. Almost last ditch. NesTea being able to hold off every single attack that's been thrown at him thus far. Will Naniwa... Oh, pulling the probes! Here we go. It is in fact an all-in. Looks like there's just so many Mutalisks. I do not know if Naniwa is going to have enough. No, it does not look like it. There's the GG. Naniwa just completely running out of minerals. I think he's pretty much, yeah, totally mined. I don't even think he has enough minerals. Okay, if he mined every single mineral patch that he has left, he would have just 400 minerals. So yeah, this game is totally over. Incredible aggression we saw from Naniwa off those 2 bases, and very impressive holds from NesTea. You can see why he is so darn good at the Zerg. Wow, pretty good game 1. Guys, I do enjoy casting these Blizzcon games, and I'm going to cast a bunch more because why would I not? Part of the reason I haven't been casting is my computer crashed and wiped everything. I had to reinstall all my programs, all my drivers, my mods, everything like that. It's been terrible. So I got my replays back. I got everything up and running again, but it is taking a little time, you know, for me to figure things out, get my schoolwork and stuff back together, which I lost all of that as well. And I'm back into casting. Hopefully going to cast a bunch of these BlizzCon games like I was saying before. If you guys do like what I'm doing, give me the thumbs up, write some comments. If you have any suggestions, stuff like that, shoot me an email, topstarcraft@gmail.com. If you like what I'm doing, if you like watching this video or any of my other videos, please subscribe, guys. You're already on my website, so you should totally subscribe. Just click the button. It's pretty cool. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I'm Top Madness, voice of TopStarcraft, and I am signing out.